We are here. We are live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, y'all. Huh, I'll take a moment just in case more people are joining in. I am excited. So let's start with a piece of spiritual humor. All right. This might be a little specialized, so bear with me. If it doesn't land first, I'll explain it and then it will make sense. I know we explain a joke, does it make sense? It never works, right? But it will, I tell you. Okay. How many Iyengar yogis does it take to change a light bulb? Just one. However, they will need 2 blocks, a strap, a backless chair, 3 blankets, and if you don't know yoga that well, maybe not that funny, but the Iyengar yogis are the ones that have 400 different props every time they do it. So let me just break it down for you, simplify. It's really funny. I swear, I swear. All right. So you know how it is with a live stream. One never knows who's going to show up, how long they will stay, who will watch it on replay. So we will dive right in. And for any of y'all that don't know me yet, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching for a minute. I am Daniel Aaron, your guide to vibrant living. And this is something I'm super excited about, really, really, really excited about to share with you because well, gosh, if I say it's been in the making for 28 years, that's not even bringing it up to speed. It's been in the making for a super long time. And recently, quite a while of crafting. And honestly, I thought that this wasn't going to be possible. So this super package is something that's going to allow me to help way more people. And whereas the investment to work with me used to be a very high amount, and some people still work with me on that level, this is a way that anybody, literally anybody who wants to, can work with me, and it is affordable, and more importantly, will make a huge difference in people's lives. So let's go right into it. Is this going to work if I click over here? How does that work? No, it doesn't, huh? All right, we'll have to do it over here. Slide. Oh, there we go. We get a next slide like that. So yeah, this is all about helping you to unlock your ultimate potential. And this is a full package. It's brand new. And I'll tell you something about that today. I've got 2 goals for this live stream. One is for it to be fun, inspiring, and empowering you. And I know maybe that means I should not tell any more jokes. Fair enough. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe something that actually is funny will come. And the second part is I have a really cool invitation for you. And it's the only time I will ever make this invitation because this is the debut. It is literally brand new. So this super package is, again, it's my newest creation after more than 28 years in the realm of personal and spiritual development, being pretty obsessed for myself, and now with literally tens of thousands of students and clients. This is, I put together the best of the best, and I put it in a whole package that's truly incredible. So quick thing though, because in case you don't know me, I just want to give you a tiniest overview of who I am. And where things started for me that led to this path was when I was about 3 years old in the front yard of my family home. Back in the house, it was the usual dysfunction, pain, violence, nastiness, which is why I was in the front yard as often as possible. And this one particular day, I looked out at the neighbors across the street, and also they're just kind of going through the motions, like slump shouldered and, kind of haggard faces. And I thought to myself, there must be more than this. There must be more to life than this. Well, that was a good thought, but I had a lot to do to just get by, to survive childhood. Because, yeah, as a kid, I was fat, shy, depressed. It was not a happy time for me really all the way through, but I made it. I got to the other side of childhood, and where everything changed and what's really empowered me to be with you here and to have this really privileged career over the last 3 decades of serving people is maybe in some way dumb luck. I call it the divine 2x4 upside the head. And you could call it a spiritual awakening. You could call it going crazy. In whatever you call it, my life radically changed when spirit showed up, when God, not a word I could have used then, grabbed me by the hair, which is on my head, not my chin at that point, lifted me up and said, "There's more to the world than you've been seeing." And it utterly destroyed my previous life. That was depressing. I tasted I tasted the bliss of oneness and human potential. However, I didn't know how to live it. And so that was also kind of depressing. However, that also led me, necessity being the mother of invention, led me to get obsessed with personal and spiritual development. And obsessed I got. So that has led me to the inexorable conclusion that not only is it your birthright to have a masterpiece life, and right, my business is called The Art of Vibrant Living, because I know that a vibrant, thriving life, it's not only your birthright. I'll say this, and this might be a little controversial, it's your obligation. And it's your obligation because you and I, we now have the technology. And that might sound like a weird word here, but it just means the application of scientific principles for practical results. In the last 3 decades, I have learned 100% conclusively how to create a vibrant, thriving life. It ain't rocket surgery. You can do it. I can do it. People are doing it. Very few, but that's mostly because people don't really dedicate themselves to it. So here's my invitation to you is, whether you hang with me for this whole thing. We're not going to go very long, by the way. This is like 15 minutes or something like that. And mostly this is really about me giving you this invitation. What I also would like for you is to make a commitment right now to yourself. If you believe that what I'm saying might be true, that actually you do have the potential to live a vibrant, thriving life, to make your life a masterpiece, then make a commitment to it. Whether you work with me, whether you do it on your own, whether you work with someone else, whether you work with 40 other people, make a commitment because you can, right? And as Abraham Maslow well said, whatever man can be, he must. And that's not for everybody, right? That's a real privilege. There are a lot of people that are just in survival mode. You and I are very lucky, privileged that we have this opportunity to look beyond just getting by. So that's my invitation. Will you take me up? Commit to truly making your life a masterpiece. So I told you a little bit about where I came from. Not very vibrant, not very thriving. Over the last bunch of years, though, I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not a surgeon. However, I'd have to be an idiot to work with so many people and to experiment so much on myself and not figure a few things out about what it takes. What are the patterns that create suffering? And what are the patterns that create a vibrant, thriving life? So, yeah, now I am lucky to be a #1 best-selling author. My book, The Art of Spiritual Leadership, 40 Laws to Transform Your Life in the World, as well as, well, let me explain. I say world's best vibrant life coach. Two things worth explaining. World's best is not a comparison to any other coach. There are some amazing coaches out there. World's best is my commitment to myself and to you to be the absolute best I can to consistently creating spectacular results and miracles for my clients, with my clients. And I say specifically vibrant life coach because the people I work with are not interested in just making more money or just repairing their relationship or saving their marriage, or creating their business. It's not just that. We know that to create a vibrant life, it takes multiple aspects, multiple parts of life, right? Multiple areas. So, who is this for? This live stream, and of course, you're welcome to stay whether you resonate with this or not. And who's this program for? The program called the Ascension Super Package. It's for people who are already successful, right? Because the thing is, people that are not successful, according to their own definition, really, they tend to be blaming something out there, their past, the future, the government, something. And honestly, if somebody's in that victim mentality, and I've been there, I got no judgment. I spent a bunch of my life there. It's very hard to make progress. It's very hard for me to support them. So I work with people, and this is for people who've created some success, right, in their lives, and who absolutely 100% know there is more to their potential, more to life, and maybe specifically more that they can contribute in the world. And I'll tell you, this occurrence right now, and part of my excitement about debuting this program is I've been in a deep, challenging process myself for a while, saying like I know that I can do more, that I can contribute more. Like I'm super grateful for what I've experienced up till now, and I know there's more I can contribute. And one biggest piece of the technology I'm going to share with you today has empowered me to do that. And that's what has led to this entire program. And just to give you a little example, and by the way, very simple right now what I'm sharing with you in terms of the slides and this discussion, because this is brand new. You're literally the first people to hear about this, which is part of why you're going to get such an extraordinary invitation. Right? Ross Adams is one of my greatest heroes. And he's, I have wonderful heroes like Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi and Oprah Winfrey and, some great luminaries out there, right? Marianne Williamson. Yeah, there's a modern one. And the people I admire even more are the people just like you and me who are not necessarily in the limelight. They're people that are ordinary in a sense, yet who have seen there is more and who have made a commitment to more, even not knowing how they would get there, and who then did the work, right? Struggled with the challenges to overcome. And Ross is such a great example because he joined a program with me a while back. When he started, a lot of this I learned later because I didn't see this in him at first, and partially because he was hiding. Anxiety and depression and medications, legal and illegal ones. Addiction was going on for him. He literally hid out for the first, it was an in-person event, the first one he came to, literally hid in a bathroom stall for a good part of the first few days because he was crying and scared about facing me and facing others. Yet what he did is he applied much of what I am sharing with you here today. And he was in a program, by the way, that costs several $1,000s and quite a big investment of time. And he transformed his life. And, he's got an amazing life now. He married the woman of his dreams. He's teaching and feeling incredibly fulfilled in that in a variety of ways, living in Byron Bay, Australia, thrilled with himself as a father of two beautiful boys. And so successful, again, it's according to your own definition. And I use this word a few times. I've used it, right? This program. Let me jump back for a second. Right? Unlock your ultimate potential. What does that mean? Well, what I mean by it is you know this because you've tasted it. You may forget it a lot of the time. I do sometimes for sure. And I used to a lot. You've got a potential to know yourself as divine, as unlimited, as passionate, purposeful, powerful, loving, to experience life as a joy, to know that when you dream of something, not only can you create it, you will. If you want to, you will, because you have that potential. That's the power that is inherent in you. Now, going back to where I was a moment ago in our slides. Oops, let's get back here, right? Potential is a two-edged sword. Why? Because I don't know if this has been your experience. It's been mine that many times in my life, I felt like I know there is more, but I don't know how to access it. So while the potential is inspiring, it's also an ideal from which I measure myself and I feel crappy, right? And when I'm not living up to my potential, which if you get into the definition of the word is always, right? Because there's always more, it can be depressing and hard. So part of my thrill and excitement about this today is that it doesn't have to be a mystery anymore how to live up to your potential. And part of what I mean is, check this out. I'm guessing that you, like me, like every student client I've worked with so far, has at least two cells built in, right? The one that can get bummed out, depressed, can complain, can be low energy, can get discouraged, right? Everybody has that part. And part of that's the human animal, the ego, the survival part, right? That contracts, that just wants things to stay the same. And you've got another part, right, that is infinite and eternal. I call it human spirit, right? It's beyond the fears. And this is the greatest gift that I would like you to have from all of this, is that fear, while it's a normal part of the physical animal survival part, it's entirely possible to live without it, to live beyond that. That is what your potential is. So, stepping forward a little bit further, what this program is about, what this package is about, is from me saying, how can I support more people? How can I make it easier? And I've created a 2-day virtual mastery intensive. And this I'm just thrilled about, and I so would love for you to be part of it. It's a full 2-day, you could call it a boot camp, you can call it an intensive. It's a virtual event. You don't have to travel. Start on one day, Saturday, finish Sunday evening, 2 solid days. And yeah, you want to treat it like a retreat. Kind of lock yourself in a room, just go out for peeing and pooping and getting, your smoothies and your meals or whatever. And yeah, there are breaks. It's not crazy intense. And it's the kind of thing where you start one day, you move through day one, and you'll already be a different person. By the time you move through day two, you will emerge not only seeing yourself, but seeing the world and your potential in a whole different way, right? And the two biggest keys, and I could talk for, well, I could talk for 2 full days about what we do in that. However, to keep it super brief, what we do is I teach you this essential technology. It's what I call supreme self activation. How to tap into, learn, create who is your ultimate, truest, highest potential, right? And it's different for you. It's different than for me, right? It's different for my daughter. It's different for every one of my students and clients. We all have this true purpose. In the Hindu tradition, it's called your dharma, your unique purpose. In Japan, they call it ikigai. What is unique to you that not only you love to do, not only does the world need it, you get paid well for it, right? So I teach you how to access that, to embody it, and then equally importantly, massively importantly, because what happens for some people is they touch into that, and you've probably touched into it in moments of inspiration. You're like, I see what I can do. I see who I can be. I see my potential. That doesn't do much good unless we're actually living that. And in fact, it does some harm, because if we know we've got this amazing potential up here, but on a day-to-day basis, we're living over here, well, that sucks, right? That's like, it's frustrating and disappointing. So equally important with realizing, and what's that like, by the way? That's just like the corporation, the business, the entrepreneur who creates this amazing vision and mission statement, and it goes up on the wall, and nobody there ever sees it, reads it, knows anything about it, right? So one is to create your supreme self manifesto, right? Who you are at your absolute highest, best, finest self. Number two is to actually activate it on a consistent and daily basis. And in my nearly 30 years of obsession with personal and spiritual development, this is the biggest, most important tool I know of. Now, there are other components in those 2 days, some essential distinctions. Of course, there's live coaching in it, question and response. Really, it's like the best of the best of I've got. Start one day, finish the next day in the evening, a transformed person. Your life is different. Everything looks different. That's the first part of this. Now, in that program, the first one I am doing now, and I say the first one I'm doing, I've led literally hundreds of training days from a half day up to a 28-day experience over my 30 years career. This, though, is the first time I've condensed everything into 2 days. And with no fake humility, I'll tell you this, I rank this up there with landmark education, with Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within, with there's you name it, any personal development, spiritual development program you know of, introductory course that is powerfully transformative, I will rank it up there with it. The best ones I know are Tony Robbins' Landmark Education. They're incredible programs. I love them. And I've obsessively studied, experimented, worked with this over many years, and I know the results of this program. So I rank it up there. Now, beyond that, and by the way, the investment for that 2-day program is $997 per person. And I feel like it's an incredible bargain at that price because the value of the experience, the transformation, what that will mean in someone's life, it's literally millions of dollars value in terms of how that will change the way they feel, the way they earn, right? Because when we go from over here, right, in that kind of lower energy or non-purposeful, non-passionate, doubting, weak, fearful self to super empowered beyond fear with a clarity that we've never had before, that translates very quickly into dollars. As we become more valuable, we earn more, and that's true whether you work for somebody else or you have your own business. So that's the first component of this. And if you did just that, it would be incredibly powerful. What I have put together for you right now, though, even better, it also includes a 9-module mastery training, which you could binge it. I would say best to do it over the course of 8 full weeks. And this is what I've put together, again, from all this experience, the best, most important distinctions and training elements, including, how to get over limiting beliefs, how to activate that supreme self, how to practice on a daily basis, how to create a routine for yourself on a daily basis that is guaranteed to light heaven on fire, to activate your passion, your purpose every single day reliably. And not a formula, not some way that, not what Tony Robbins does and not what I do, the way that works for you and is specific to you. All right, let me see. I'm realizing, yes, we can have comments coming in. Awesome. So cool. Hey, Roy, thanks for your comment. Yeah, absolutely. Spiritual philosophical linguistics ontology. My man, talking like that. I love that. Yes. And language is one of the biggest key distinctions for creating a vibrant, thriving life. It's a huge part of the curriculum, both in the 2-day and the 9-module mastery training. And then, right, and the value of that module, that training right there, is $797 if you do it on your own. It's also the exact same curriculum I work with in my group coaching program, Living the Vibration of Vibrancy, which is to say, I do not hold anything back in that program. I give you the absolute best stuff to empower you to create your most vibrant. This is the stuff that when clients work with me privately, $20,000 to work with me privately long-term, it's the exact same curriculum. The difference is just that I've packaged it in a way that you can access it in a much, much lower investment. And to really maximize the value and to really make sure that you get the most value, I'm also including in this package a one-to-one coaching session with me personally, which is valued at $450. And that's not like inflated. I told you, what my clients pay to work with me. So that's the real value of that. That is the essence of what is in this. And there are many other bonuses that are included in it. The Breathe to Thrive breathing mastery training that I've created, the Art of Enrollment Masterclass, which is phenomenal on its own, Quantum Time Mastery Masterclass. I'm just going through this briefly, so let me jump over to show you a little bit more. How do I do that? Let's see. Can I scroll through that? Let's see. Let's try one more thing over here. Mm, Bear with me. I'm learning some new technology for this process as we speak. And da-da-da, da-da-da. There, let's see. Does it work if I scroll through this? No, that's not it. What about here? That full screen layout. Can I scroll through it? Oh, wait. If I do that, no, that doesn't do it either. Huh. Um, I know how to do it. I'll do something different. Hold on. Let's do it this way. Stop screen, and we will present it this way. Share screen. Bear with me. We got it going. Don't worry. We'll get there. And we'll share that screen. So I just want to give you a little more of the picture, right? And no big mysteries here. This whole program, when added up, the value of it's $438. And today, now, with your patience and understanding, it's literally $297 for the entire thing. And as I said, you got 2 tickets to the 2-day virtual intensive, the complete 9-module mastery course, personalized coaching session, Breathe to Thrive, the Art of Enrollment Masterclass, the Quantum Time Mastery Masterclass, limited access to the full list of resources, community support. So we've got a community page where I'm also involved, a toolkit that I keep updating, and continuous updates to the curriculum. And we could go on with that, but I'm going to leave it there for now. Let's see if there's more for me to share back from here. So I think I'm going to keep it simple like that for now. Though if you have questions, then I'm happy to speak about that. And I'll tell you this, though. If you say, yeah, you know what, I want to go for this, I want to, beautiful, as Hannah said, start into 2024, not just as literally not as just like, this is going to be the best year of my life. Like, this is a year that will transform the trajectory of my life going forever forward. Because the power of this program isn't just to help you get a transformation. That's cool. That would make it, worth 10 times the investment. The value of this is that you learn how to activate your supreme self on a consistent basis so that going forward, you don't have to get stuck with that limited self. You also don't have to wonder if you can achieve something. As Napoleon Hill said, if the mind can conceive it, you can achieve it. I paraphrase a little bit. 100% true, though. And again, now more than ever, we have the technology. I've got 100% confidence in this. In fact, it's 100% money back guarantee with it. All that said, it requires a bit of understanding, patience, and grace, because I've literally just put this together, and I put it at such an extremely low investment amount at $297. Of course, it's going to go up in short order. And I am right now 100% redoing the 9-module mastery course. It's great the way it is. I love what's in there. And since I filmed it, it's been 3 years. So it's time for me to incorporate the upgrades myself and my clients have had over the last 3 years, to incorporate all that we've learned in that process, to bring that wisdom forward into it. So all that said, if you say, man, yeah, I want to get in, awesome, I want you to be with us, please use the URL that's on the screen, vipcoaching.danielaaron.com/up now. And up now means going up, because this is the Ascension Personal Mastery Super Package. Literally, $297 is all you pay. The course, the 9-module mastery training, will be delivered to you as it is released, which will start in 3 weeks. The very first opportunity for the 2-day intensive virtual boot camp, that is at the end of February. There will be many other options for it. Oh, forgot to tell you this. Not only that, let me switch back to this view. Part of what I'm giving in this program is 2 tickets, not just 1, 2 tickets for the virtual mastery intensive, right? Because I want not only you to be able to transform, I want you to bring people with you. And part of why I want that is, well, one, of course, the more people that are thriving and feeling amazing, the better. But for you specifically, the more people in your own life who are vibing up high, who are transformed, the better it's going to work for you to live at your highest potential. All right. I am so excited about this, and I just would love for you to get the benefit of this. So if you know, I'm ready to go for it. Awesome. Go for it, please. And if you do it today, I've got an extra bonus for you, which is an additional coaching session, which will happen at the end of your program so that we can make sure you are incorporating everything you've learned. Again, I'm not going to keep it at this investment amount for long. It's ridiculously low, I know. However, I really want you to get the benefits. I would love, love, love to work with you, to support you, for you to be part of the Vibe tribe to transform your life and to make the world a better place. So, unless we have any more comments. Oh, look at that. I just saw Breathing Mastery by Rick Bear. Thanks for stopping in, Rick Bear. Fantastic. Very cool. All right. Unless we've got any more comments or questions, y'all, I will bid you adieu for now. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for being with us. Again, you've got that URL there. You can copy it down right after this. This is how new this is. I will update this and put it onto my website under coaching, and you can access it there as well. Thanks, y'all. Make your life a masterpiece. Aloha.